Welcome to Bike Comparers. Today we'll be comparing the Aprilia SR150 versus the Suzuki Access. Pricing and features. The Access 125's disc brake variant retails for 63,000 rupees on road Delhi, which is 12,000 rupees cheaper than the Aprilia SR150 costing 75,000 rupees. The drum brake variant of the Access is even cheaper with a sticker price of 59,000 rupees, making it a good 16,000 rupees cheaper than the SR150. Is the Aprilia worth the exorbitant asking price over the Suzuki Access? Let's find out. Performance and tractability. On paper, the Aprilia SR150 has a huge advantage over the Access thanks to a 30cc larger engine and 2.7 PS more horsepower. But in reality, the Aprilia is actually slower than the Access in the 0 to 60 kph dash. That is because the Aprilia has much taller gearing than the Access, giving it more than 10 kmph advantage in terms of top speed but denting its acceleration off the line. The sheer lag-free and refined way in which the Access puts down its power is something that Piaggio could really learn a lot from. The Aprilia feels noisy and crude in comparison. However, its vocal nature and rorty exhaust note does go along with its sporty character and makes it feel faster than it actually is. Handling and ride quality. The Aprilia SR150 is a quantum leap over the Access 125 when it comes to dynamics. It has tremendous grip, never before seen in the scooter segment, excellent stability through the bends, and delightful agility around the switchbacks. The credit goes to its 120 section soft compound tires mounted on 14-inch rims at both ends, long travel telescopic suspension setup at the front, and the longest wheelbase of any scooter available in the market today. The Access, though not bad compared to other scooters in its class, is nowhere even close to the handling prowess of the SR150. The biggest culprit are its tires, with hard compound rubber mounted on piddly little 10-inch rims at both ends make it nervous and vague around the bends compared to the Aprilia. Both scooters suffer from excessively stiff suspension setups, resulting in a back-breaking ride around our pothole-riddled roads. We expected the Aprilia to fare better than the Access in terms of ride quality since it has the requisite hardware, but Aprilia has biased the setup excessively towards handling. The Access, on the other hand, has fundamental limitations of suspension travel and tire size, and it is high time that Suzuki got around to upsizing these components. Comfort and ergonomics. The Access turns the tables on the SR150 when it comes to practicality and ergonomics. It has a low, broad and flat floorboard compared to Aprilia's slim one, which comes in handy while carrying those huge grocery bags. The Access also has a wide and long seat compared to SR150's slim and short affair, which tends to draw a lot of criticism from the pillions riding along on the Aprilia. Both scooters suffer from tall saddle height, which can be a bit of a bother for the shortest quartile of the Indian populace, both male as well as female. Fuel efficiency. The Access 125 has an ARAI certified mileage of 64 kmpl, which is 11 kmpl more than the Aprilia SR150. In our back-to-back tests, the Access was an impressive 8 kmpl more efficient than the SR150. This equates to a savings of 16,000 rupees with the Access compared to the SR150 over a running of 60,000 kilometers. Reliability and after-sales service. Piaggio scooters still have a long way to go to even get close to the lofty levels of product reliability and service support provided by Suzuki in India. In terms of the sheer durability of its products, Suzuki is arguably neck and neck with Honda, whereas Piaggio, just like its other Italian peers, stands at the bottom of the heap. Suzuki also has a much wider service network compared to Piaggio's, and the sheer quality of service and repairs is also far more meticulous and systematic at the Suzuki workshops compared to the sporadic service support provided at the Piaggio touchpoints. That brings us to the verdict. Since you are looking at high cubic capacity scooters, you are not just looking for simple, trouble-free, efficient point A to point B transportation. If you are, then you should rather consider going for one of the 100cc scooters and save up the unnecessary expenditure. But since you aren't, we believe you are not satisfied with the performance of those 100cc scoots. In spite of its displacement disadvantage, the Access is quicker off the line than the Aprilia. But that's about it. It loses the plot after that. More than its performance limitations, it is its dynamic limitations that hold it back. The Access just doesn't have the grip, the stability, the stopping power, and the confidence to handle higher speeds. The Aprilia, on the other hand, confidently handles speeds as high as its power plant can achieve. In fact, it has better underpinnings than most of the 125cc motorcycles in the market and feels like it can easily carry an even bigger powertrain. And that is why it is our clear cut winner of this comparison.